Good afternoon and welcome to Northgate High School. My name is Miss Mackey and I'm Northgate's head teacher. It's presently Friday afternoon after our first full week after lockdown back in school with all of our students, and it's been absolutely a fabulous week. It's been a wonderful week. All of our students have returned very positively, and all of us, students and staff, we're really enjoying learning and just working together actually. So we've had a really great week. I'm going to talk to you in this video as if I would have done on our information and open evenings, and unfortunately due to COVID-19 presently we're unable to have tours of the school or to have our open morning or our open evening as we would normally have scheduled in October. During this virtual film, we'll cover all of the elements that we would have covered on that evening, and hopefully that will provide you with some information or some answers to some questions that you might have. If you have specific questions around special educational needs and learning support, I would ask that you get in touch with the school, asking to speak to Mrs. Asher, who's our assistant head teacher in charge of learning support, and she's also our SENCO. In this virtual presentation, I'll just talk very briefly about what Northgate has to offer your child, and that will be followed by Mr. Pettit having a talk with you about what September 2021 for Year 7 may well look like, and we'll also have a couple of students talk to you about their experiences of Northgate. So I will then come on at the end just to talk a little bit more formally, I guess, about the application process and the things that you need to do in terms of making applications to come to Northgate. So a little bit about us. As you know, Northgate High School is a very large, comprehensive, and we're still a maintained school here in Ipswich, and we are oversubscribed and quite heavily so. We have a history of high performance, and that's underpinned, I think, by our high expectations and also very much around our three core values that really underpin the work that we do. And if I step this way, you'll see them here. That's respect, determination, and teamwork. And it's because of the combination of our high expectations and those values that we have children who join us, settle well into learn independent study skills as well, and become really good, strong, lifelong learners, which is a real positive for us as a school, because that's what we would like to do, is send all of our students on their next steps with the skills, the resilience, and the desire to do the very best that they can. Our summer 2019 and summer 2020 examination results were very pleasing. I don't really want to say too much about our summer 2020 results, which we've just experienced, because clearly there's a lot of distress and upset caused for some students, particularly at A level, around how some of those key decisions were taken regarding their results. Fundamentally though, our students have done very well at both GCSE and A level. Generally speaking though, and certainly our September 2019 exam results were very pleasing, and at GCSE level in Year 11 we were very proud of the hard work our students put in to gain those great results, and the very hard and determined work of our teachers as well. We work hard here at Northgate to ensure that all of our students are fully prepared for whichever exams are coming up for them, and for Year 11s in particular that includes offering them the homework and revision centre 4 nights a week after school to support their learning and their preparation for those exams. At A level, both at this year's September 2020 and September 2019, but if I focus on September 2019, at A level our students have also achieved excellent results, and that's enabled them to move on to a range of different pathways, be that apprenticeships, degree apprenticeships, employment, or a wide variety actually of university pathways. We have excellent careers support here and a lot of excellent independent advice and guidance to help our students take good decisions that are going to be the best ones for them. So in addition to our formal curriculum in Year 7 and beyond actually, we offer a range of extracurricular clubs and activities that all of our students have the opportunity to access and to participate in. Currently, sadly, many of those are on hold presently as we deal with how to manage things here in school with COVID-19 restrictions. However, when we don't have those restrictions, we have a full range of performing arts, sports and subject-specific clubs and activities for our students to participate in. And we're certainly having some great school shows, a great dance show, lots of music, lots of sport, lots of opportunities here at Northgate for our students. Lower down the school, just in recognition of the need that some students need a little bit of additional support, we also have some clubs that focus on friendship, on homework, and on learning how to socialise and be with other people who they don't know, and that opportunity to make new friends, hopefully new lifelong friends. At Northgate, I think it's fair to say that we do care very much about our students as individuals, and we have a highly dedicated team and very professional team to look out for their pastoral needs, their wellbeing needs, in addition to their learning and curriculum needs, and making sure that we've got all of our students working at potential and moving forwards. We're introducing a new behaviour framework to underpin our positive behaviour culture, and we are developing our community mentors program in addition to a model of social prescription for dealing with students in terms of helping them and supporting them with their well-being and any other issue actually that they might encounter in their time with us. We were inspected by Ofsted in November 2019, and that was under Ofsted's new framework, and we continue to be a good school, which was obviously a pleasing outcome for us. So a significant benefit for us here at Northgate is that we have a large sixth form. This means that we can provide a really visible and very aspirational pathway for our students, and as I alluded to earlier, our younger students can really benefit from some work and mentoring from our sixth form students, and sometimes we'll have sixth formers who are class buddies in different lessons and those sorts of things. So it's a really wonderful opportunity for both our older students, but very definitely our younger students, and certainly those who join us in Year 7, to have the opportunity to work with other students in our centre. The other benefit of having a very high-performing sixth form is that we attract very high calibre staff to Northgate, and that's a real positive because our staff, the vast majority of our staff, teach across the whole age range from Year 7 to Year 13, and that's a real benefit for us that we can attract and keep those excellent teaching staff. To ensure that we are always working towards providing the best provision actually for our young people, we undertake the annual Suffolk Health Watch survey that's been coming out in recent years, and certainly during lockdown we made sure that we shared the survey link with our entire community, because the feedback we get from that helps us make sure that our PSHE programs, our mentoring schemes, our pastoral support is appropriate to the needs that are being reported via that survey to us. So in summary, Northgate's a great school. It is a large, comprehensive school. However, having said that, we work really, really hard to make sure that each and every student, each individual has the opportunity to access lots of different clubs and activities, to have the support and guidance that they may need at different times in their school lives with us, all with the ultimate aim of making sure that our young people get a great education and that they learn to be determined and resilient and develop the skills that they need to take on their future lives in whatever direction that might take them. So what I'll do now is I'll hand over to Mr. Pettit and also our students who are going to talk to you a little bit about issues for Year 7 in particular, and obviously our students in terms of their experiences of Northgate, and I will talk to you in a short while about the application process.
Hello. As Ms Mack has intimated, my name is Mr. Pettit, and I will be the Progress Director for Year 7 in September 2021. I'm currently the Progress Director for the current Year 8, and we'll take them to the end of Year 8, and then I will come back down to Year 7 ready for the new intake. I better explain a little bit about the pastoral structure that we have at Northgate. We start off with obviously the students starting in September being placed in one of 9 form groups, and those form groups will be registered by a form tutor at the beginning of every day, whether we have a registration time, and the form tutor will do the admin and will be the first point of contact if the students or you have any concerns or things that you're not sure about at the beginning of the year and all the way through their time at Northgate. My job as Progress Director is to support the form tutors in students settling in and to make sure that in the bigger scheme of things that each student in the year group, one of about 250 or so, makes the most of their time at Northgate, that they are happy, that they work well in lessons, that any barriers to learning we work to mitigate, and that actually students start off their process through Northgate so that they end up well-rounded and happy students, because we know that the most effective education happens when students are calm and know that they are comfortable in their surroundings. I'm supported in that by a team of pastoral officers who work with each year group to ensure that the things that need to be addressed, the odd niggle between students or the concerns that students or parents have about starting a new high school, or how learning happens in school, or how that the day should run, are addressed as quickly as we can to make sure that the students are happy and learning well. Supporting them and supporting me are a team of 3 assistant head teachers, supporting the work of the pastoral team and the progress team, and supporting the team of teaching assistants. So one of our assistant head teachers is responsible for learning support, but also manages the team of teaching assistants, where we try and put teaching assistants in classes where we can to support the settling in and the learning of students, particularly in Year 7. Obviously, the work of supporting students to settle is spread much wider than that team, and we have a team of peer support ambassadors, students from Year 10 who have been trained specifically and want to give something back to the school, who come and support students to settle into Northgate and to help them gain confidence and to mature as they grow through the school, as well as a team of 6th form mentors who obviously want to provide a little bit more guidance and advice, maybe just a listening ear, maybe some aspirational role models to help students understand what it's like to be at a high school, and understand that they're part of a journey which will take them through to the end of Year 11, and for most of them on to the end of Year 13, maybe at Northgate, maybe somewhere else. We are also introducing a team of external mentors, people who have been trained and would like to give something back, and have been vetted by the school, so that they can come in and be an adult role model for students, so that they can get external advice, because sometimes students don't necessarily want to hear it from a teacher, but actually they can hear it from another adult. We offer a large, broad and balanced curriculum at Northgate, and initially students, when they start in Year 7, will have 14 different subjects taught by subject specialists in subject specialist rooms. A number of those lessons will be in the lower school building, and we aim for the registration period to be based in this building so that all the Year 7s are together in one place, and a lot of the technical subjects like science and design technology will also be based in this building, so that they feel they have a base and they sort of know where things are at. There are 3 language choices available in Year 7, and students will either study German or French or Spanish. If you have a strong preference for which one of those it will be, please would you let us know in writing, and we will do our best to accommodate those choices. We are limited on our options, but if we know in advance at the beginning of Year 7, then we will do our best to accommodate those. We teach in mixed ability sets, mostly in tutor groups, except for maths, where we use information from primary schools to set in banded groups in Year 7 by ability, and as they go further up the school, those groups tend to become more and more refined. We do some setting in science as students move from Year 9 into Year 10. There's a little bit of setting in Year 9, so that we can start to stream students into 2 science GCSEs, combined science, where they study all 3 sciences, or triple science GCSEs, where they study 3 separate science GCSEs. As they move from Year 9 into Year 10, the current programme is that they will then choose their options as well, so they narrow down their subject choices to 4 GCSEs that they choose, as well as the core subjects English, Maths and Sciences. We work very hard to support all students, whatever their abilities, and we provide support in lessons, and sometimes by withdrawing students from lessons just to give them some catch-up that they need to ensure that they're making the most of their time at Northgate. It also includes enriching the experiences of the students who would like to take things even further. So, for example, we have a number of after-school clubs and lunchtime clubs, including things like the Science Club and maths enrichment, where they do bronze and silver and gold awards, part of a national maths challenge. Northgate has a proud tradition of performing arts after school, including Northgate's Got Talent and the school productions, and choirs and bands and things like a juggling club at lunchtime, as well as a very, very keen sporting tradition as well. And we do our best to signpost and recommend students to take those opportunities and run with them as they come up during the course of the year. We work very hard to train the students not only in their behaviour, but also in how to become excellent students, excellent learners, lifelong learners, as Miss Mackey's alluded to. So right at the beginning of Year 7, we try and embed those skills to ensure that actually the students learn not only the content of the lesson, but they learn how to learn. And we have had great success, and we realise that the sooner we embed those skills in Year 7 and we introduce them, then by the time they get to GCSEs and A-levels and whatever, they feel like they have the confidence to actually take their learning to another level by knowing that they have the skills to remember a lot of information or to learn a set of skills to provide an answer in an exam situation. And we start those skill development right at the beginning of Year 7. All of that is underpinned by our 3 core values of respect and determination and teamwork, and we refer the students back to those because we know that when they are mindful of those, that they will make the best of their time at Northgate, and they will allow other people to have the best time that they can as well. Now, you've heard enough from the teachers. I think it's better that you actually hear from students, from their perspective, about what it's actually like at Northgate.
Hi, my name is Bruce and I'm in Year 7 at Northgate. My first impressions to the school was I was really happy with how they did it because they showed me loads of videos of what the school was going to be like, and that made me feel more comfortable. My transition from 2 forms to 9 forms felt like the school's a lot bigger, but it turned out well because with the one-way system it's really easy to go around and find your classes. My favourite classes at the moment are probably drama and maths. I've always been into maths, and the drama they do here is really good. We never did it at our primary. I'm really looking forward to doing the school trips when they can happen again. I've heard some really good ones where you go to Germany, which sounds awesome. Thank you for listening.
Hi, I'm Sasha and I'm a student at Northgate High School, Year 7. On the first day, it was really big. Like, there were so many children there. It was really hard to get used to on the first day, but after a while I got a bit used to it. Before that, it was really hard to get to know the school when you couldn't really go there. I watched a few of the videos, but I didn't manage to watch all of them before coming though. So I didn't really know what I was supposed to expect. So far I've enjoyed all my lessons and everything like that. My favourite lesson so far has been music because I just like music in general, and I'm also going to be taking some guitar lessons as well here. I can't wait until they got school trips back, like when they can happen and stuff. But thank you for listening, and I think Northgate's a pretty great school to be at, and I'm enjoying everything so far.
Hi, my name is Holly and I'm in Year 8. I must say I was practically terrified at the thought of going into high school. Although I did have all my friends going through the exact same thing at the exact same speed, for me everything went a little too fast, and yet everything was fine. It was that type of fast where you can't actually believe you're doing something so out of your comfort zone, and yet everything was going through the exact same thing and it was absolutely perfect. On my first day, it was almost like I'd set a negative picture of what everything would be like, what kind of teachers would help me and who my classmates would be. But none of those imaginary people came into real life. The teachers are lovely, comforting and just overall the opposite of how I thought. The classes are just there to help you and get better or work your way through what you're struggling. The school is obviously huge, and yet even though you won't believe me, I found my way around in just 2 weeks. I love the fact you can just address your problem and sooner than you think, help comes your way. I've watched classmates not be themselves and just overall have a hard time, and it's amazing to see how fast the teachers are on the case, whether the problem is too big or too small. From the moment you step into the classroom full of people you've not met before, or even your friends who you speak to every day, everyone is happy. The only word to describe the feeling of the classrooms are happy. For me, it was almost like I have left one great part of my life and started a new chapter, leaving all the past memories of primary school behind. And funny enough, this new chapter was even better. If it's so easy, why worry? Personally, I have a few favourite subjects. However, that doesn't mean I don't enjoy them all. I was really happy when I joined Northgate because all the teachers try and make learning fun, which I think is great. It means you don't have one lesson which you are dreading and you feel like you're forced to learn. No, that doesn't happen. The whole school is such a lovely place. Thank you for listening.
I'm Malachi, and when I first started at Northgate, I thought it was a big school with lots of children, but it took me a few days and I quickly learnt my way around. We transitioned with 2 days before September so we could know our forms and make new friends. My favourite lessons are science because I like learning about different elements of it, like chemistry, and PE because I like doing running and football. School trips I've heard are really good because you can go to different countries like Germany, and I've done lots of clubs, like I did a board game club and I want to do a gardening club. The school is really nice and there's really nice teachers and children. They help us learn and they're always there if we need them. Thank you for listening.
Hello, my name's Alicia and I'm a Year 11 student at Northgate High School. As I've been here for nearly 5 years now and hoping to stay on for our sixth form, it's safe to say that I thoroughly enjoy my time spent here. From the wide range of opportunities that this school offers to the brilliant and supportive teachers, Northgate really is the best place I could have ever envisioned myself at. This school has made me who I am today and crafted an extraordinary future for me and everybody else here. I'll admit, when I walked through the school gates on my first day of Year 7, I was terrified. I had so many unanswered questions like most of you probably have now. Will I make it a big school? Will I be able to cope with the workload? Will I make friends? It was tough to say the least. However, once I had settled in, I couldn't have felt more welcomed by anyone I came across, as Northgate has such a kind, welcoming and loving atmosphere. Now in my exam year, I thank this school for allowing me the confidence to succeed. It is such a privilege to be involved in so many extracurricular activities, such as our school council, who are responsible for running a food bank in the middle of a pandemic, and the fun-filled activity days that we partake in from Years 7 to 9. Northgate is the best place to be. Thank you for listening.
Hi, I'm Charlie Graham and I'm a Year 11 student at Northgate. I've been here since Year 7 and over the years I've made many new friends and I've taken part in activities like Green Power Racing Team and rugby games after school. The teachers here are kind and helpful and they've assisted me to improve my grades to what I wish for. My favourite subjects are art and DT as I'm a creative, hands-on person, and the facilities here have helped shape that interest further into studying at sixth form after Year 11. Northgate is a happy, kind school where I've enjoyed learning since Year 7. Thank you for listening.
Oh, our students are wonderful, aren't they? Okay, so the application process. And I've just I've looked at the updated guidance on the County Council website, so I'm just really going to probably read through some key points that I think you need to be very aware of. So apologies for reading, but I just want to make sure that I get those things right for you. So, things you need to be aware of. You can apply online from the 12th of September 2020. Suffolk County Council look after admissions to Northgate, so you do not apply to the school, you must apply via Suffolk County Council. The national closing dates for applications is Saturday the 31st of October 2020, so you must get your applications in by that date. National Offer Day is Monday the 1st of March 2021. All of the relevant information and application forms are available at suffolk.gov.uk, and if you look in their admissions or school admissions area, we'll make sure we get an updated link for you so you know exactly where to go. It is safe to apply online, and in fact that's the preferred way for applications to be made. You will receive confirmation of your application. You can check or change your application right up to the closing date. You can view the outcome of your application online on offer day, and you will receive an email with details of your school offer on offer day. So that's on the 1st of March. If you have twins or triplets or multiple births, you must make a separate application for each child. You should rank up to 3 school preferences. Each preference will be considered equally and separately. Listing second and third preferences will not affect your child's chance of being offered their first preference. Your first preference will be offered above your second preference, which will be offered above your third preference, where possible. Suffolk County Council recommend that you apply for more than one school, and Suffolk County Council cannot guarantee your child a place at any school. It's worth knowing that Northgate is frequently oversubscribed, and this means that there are more applications for places than there are places available. Our published admissions number for Year 7 for September 2021 is 252. Last year, the local authority considered 399 applications for this year's Year 7 intake, and sadly, 147 of those were rejected. Obviously, very many more applications were made, but they were applications where a different school would have been a higher preference to Northgate. But where Northgate was the first preference, there were 399 applications and 147 of those were rejected. So that becomes important because in the case of oversubscription, which is the case historically for Northgate, Suffolk County Council's oversubscription criteria are ranked. So I'll just go through what that criteria is, and it's all listed quite clearly in the admissions documents as well. So the oversubscription criteria are children with an education, health and care plan, which names the school a priority, followed by children in care and children who were previously in care. Siblings. Now the sibling oversubscription criteria is where the child has a sibling in the school but not in our current Year 11 or our sixth form. That's important to note. So the sibling is already in the school but not in our current Year 11 or the sixth form. 4, children who are ordinarily resident in the catchment area. That means children who live nearest the school where distance is measured by a straight line, and Suffolk County Council define a straight line as the crow flies. 5, children who live outside the catchment area. So that's the oversubscription criteria. It is clear on Suffolk County Council's documents if you need to go there to have another look. It's worth knowing that waiting lists are only held until the 31st of December 2021, and it's also worth knowing that you have the right of appeal if your child has been refused a place at one of your preferred schools. It's very unusual to be doing our information and open evenings this way. Obviously we'd prefer to do those in person because then we can also take questions and you can see the school and all those sorts of things. But I really hope that what we've prepared for you can give you a good flavour of life here at Northgate, and good luck with everything. Many thanks.